All right, so this line right here, this represents your ownership experience. From today, when you drive the car off the lot and we shake hands and you've had a great experience, till many, many years down the road and you decide to trade it in. And this line right here is where the manufacturer's coverage ends. It's a 3-year, 36,000 mile limited manufacturer's warranty. Now that limited part is just like everyone else's out there, and I'm going to circle back and explain exactly what it is. But first, from Nissan, they give you a 12-month, 12,000 mile adjustment period. This is Nissan's commitment to you that they've built a quality product. I'm sure you've heard of the term bumper to bumper warranty or roof to road. That's actually a misnomer and it doesn't exist, but this is the closest thing in the industry to that bumper to bumper or roof to road. Now after that is where you're limited, and you're limited to manufacturer defects. Because Nissan's really proud of these cars. Otherwise they wouldn't put their name and their logos and their badging all over it. And they want to make a commitment to their customers to cover what they can control. And what they can control is anything with the workmanship or the materials in the factory. So if anything is either misbuilt or misinstalled, it has a $0 deductible on both parts and labor to you. So up here is what's covered. Down here we'll discuss what's not covered. The first is maintenance. And when I say maintenance, what do you think of? But that can also mean if in a year and a half someone brings their car into our shop and they didn't do any little changes to it at all and the engine blew up, Nissan can deem it right not to cover it due to negligence. The second thing that's not covered is going to be a rental. Now, why do you think Nissan can't give a rental car to every single customer that's in our service department for an oil change? Exactly. It's a numbers game. Many years ago, every manufacturer used to give a rental car to all of their customers, but then we got tens of thousands of customers that go through our service department every single year, and that happens at 1,000 Nissan dealerships across the country, and they just don't have the resources. But we have the next best thing, and that's a shuttle. And the third thing is wear and tear. And this is the biggest category, so much in fact that Nissan breaks it down into 3 separate subcategories. The first, Nissan defines wear and tear as any mechanical or electronic component that fails due to one of 3 things. And the first is climate. The second is road conditions. And the third is your personal driving habits. And they don't cover any one of these 3 because it goes back to up here. They can't control the climate, they can't control PennDOT and the road conditions, and they can't control how you drive the car. And the only one that you can control is how you drive the car. Now, you know what? Let's take 2 cars. It can be 2 cars, 2 trucks, 2 SUVs. Doesn't matter, same make and model. One's over here with about 5,000 miles on it. Has that fresh new car smell and the nubby still on the tires. One's over here with about 80,000 miles on it. A couple coffee stains here or there, maybe some pennies or lip glosses stuck underneath the seats. Which one do you think is more likely to experience a mechanical breakdown? Exactly. It's the one over here with 80,000 miles. And that's when our customers are in a position of being largely risk responsible. But as I said earlier, we want everyone to have that worry-free ownership experience, so we've put together our blanket program. It's 96 months, 120,000 miles. It's going to cover 3,000 to 4,000 components, all of your computers, all of the electronics, your keys, a rental, and then, of course, they're going to throw in those travel club benefits, so roadside assistance, towing, trip reimbursement, etc. And then to help keep the car looking showroom new, we're going to pop out any dents or dings, take care of your tires and your wheels from road hazards, your windshield for cracks up to 6 inches so they don't splinter and become bigger, and also insurance usually picks up over 6 inches, the interior and the exterior, so to wax the car for 5 years. We'll also get up any of those coffee stains on the seats. And then your maintenance for 3 years. And the biggest difference is where the manufacturer warranty falls short and reserves the right not to cover this wear and tear aspect, our blanket program picks up from day one and covers you. Now real quick, let me explain to how your loan's going to work. So it's value over time. It's a simple interest loan front-end loaded with interest charges. So you'll pay more interest in the beginning, less interest towards the end. The value of your vehicle is pretty much the opposite. It's going to drop in the beginning, and then it's going to level off. Now let's say one of our customers is in an accident. It could be anything that's a fire, theft, flood, anything that deems your car a total loss. Now, the insurance company is going to give you for your car what they call the current market value, which, since I like nice round numbers, let's say is $15,000. Minus, of course, your $500 collision deductible. So they're going to give you a check for $14,500. Let's say your payoff on your vehicle is $18,000. So there's $3,000 right here, plus your $500 deductible, for a total of $35,000. Now, guess who's responsible for that? You're right, you are. Now, did you know there's 4 different ways you can take care of that? The first is to write a check. But if I had a spare $3,500 sitting in a bank account and I didn't have anything else to do with it, pretty sure I could find a lot more fun things to do with it than write a check for a car that's sitting in a junkyard that I'll never see again. The second is to continue making car payments. And that's just writing a check but stretching it out farther. The third, and I know with your good credit this isn't an option, is to charge it off and let it go back to the bank. And the fourth way, and the only one that really makes any sense, is to take advantage of our Total Gap, which is part of the blanket program. Now, Total Gap works in 4 different ways. The first, it's going to take care of the $3,000 right here, difference in your payoff. The second, it's going to cover your $500 insurance deductible, so you won't have to pay for that out of pocket. The third, we're going to give you another $500 to come back here and get another car, because you had one that was totaled, you probably need another one. And the fourth way, say you're rolling along, and someone just happens to rear-end you or, hit you in a parking lot, take it to our collision center, which there's one right up here by our Honda store. There's also several others in the area. We'll take care of your $500 insurance collision deductible. So right here is $4,500 that our Total Gap has saved you. As you can see, over the past 80 years, we spent a lot of time and effort in making sure our customers do have that worry-free ownership experience. Right here is the full blanket with 2 payment options at the bottom for you. Just need to know which one works best for your budget.